Hello, good morning, everybody. I am found today in an Asclepion, which is on Crete, and it's called the Asclepion of the ancient city of Lissos on the south Cretan coast on the Libyan Sea. This Asclepion is, in a way, much more modest from the bigger one on the island of Kos and some other Asclepians in the mainland Greece, but it's quite special for its atmosphere as well as the valley it is positioned in. This valley is open to the sea, to the Libyan Sea, but what makes this place really so special is that you have to walk, so you have to make a sort of a pilgrimage in order to come to visit the Asclepion, the god Asclepius, who was the god of healing. Now, how does Asclepion and Asclepius connect to our first seminar in our new series, new online series on the individuation process? The first seminar we are going to work in the first seminar, we're going to work with the questions and, as I call them, archetypes of individuum and collective from ancient time onwards to the age of Aquarius, where we have some sort of an imperative of becoming an individual within the collective. We have these old ideas of fate and free will, of what is predestined in relation to what is free will, to what is actually the ability of an individuum to decide about their own lives. We have some important images to cover in the seminar that stem from the ancient times, and these are the three Moiras, which were Platonic goddesses of fate. And fate was really something that you could learn about by an astrologer, or you could also visit an Apollo temple in Delphi or elsewhere, where a priestess would tell you an encoded message that if you were lucky, the priestess Pythia would interpret, but then you would have to understand it as well by your own personal mindset. Always in these prophecies of fate, there was a snake, the python, and the priestess was called Pythia. And the snake is very close to the Platonic realm, but in another version or in another circumstance, another set of circumstances, it can also be both poisonous, of course, by biting, but also healing. It is a symbol of healing. Even nowadays, you have this caduceus as a symbol of medicine, and this snake has the wisdom of healing, which Asclepius actually grasped. In contrast to Apollo, who simply killed the snake, he was the slayer of darkness, represented the ability for the free will, and presided over the temple in Delphi, which foretold your destiny. Asclepius had another attitude to snake, and it was the submission attitude. So the legend has it, the snake actually crawled up his body and licked his ear and giving him some wisdom of healing as a result. So Asclepius had this from then on, a snake intertwined around his staff, or caduceus, which became the symbol of healing. Now, the important thing about Asclepians is that you had to sleep here, then enter into the underworld in your sleep, and actually obtain some dreams, which would then be interpreted by the priests of Asclepian. So in this way, this was another manner of becoming acquainted with the underworld. It was the manner of acknowledging your own inner world, and the early Greeks already knew this imperative of working on ourselves in depth, and this was another pre-modern way of accepting your underworld preconditions. So fate is no longer a static category, but becomes a way, becomes a symbol, becomes the psychic images, the psychic cogito, what I prefer to call it, and also makes a very important technique in the IPAL method, where we work with the active imagination and or dreams wherever active imagination is not able to work. In the seminar, in the first seminar of the series, Fate and Free Will as the Archetypes of the Individuum and the Collective, we are going to explore the historical perspective of how the concepts of fate and free will developed in the old era, Middle Ages, and what does it mean nowadays to work with your own underworld, so to say, with the three Moiras, with the snake, and what are the cosmological significators of both fate and free will. And in the latter part of the seminar, of course, we are going to work with the IPAL method, i.e. with the sequence of the procedures that lead to recognize oneself as an active individual, emerging individuum in a good relationship with important, functional relationship with important others and the collective. I'll see you at the seminar, and now I'm going to walk back from the Asclepian back to Suya, where I stay and where I walked here at the dawn, even before dawn, because there was a moon in the sky, so I could see to walk through the bushes by the help of the moonlight. Stay well and see you soon. Bye bye.